by, we'll get by, we'll get by, we'll get by.
Hello and welcome everyone. I'm so glad to be here. I'm Lynn Sanders of Difference Makers Media, and I have a very special guest to introduce you to today. You're going to meet Joanne Boufis. She is an accomplished real estate executive. She also has worked in healthcare and philanthropy, and a year ago she founded Joe Factor Entertainment, a children's publishing company dedicated to inspiring children with positivity, empowerment, and most of all, addressing the needs of the underserved. So without further ado, welcome Joanne Factor, Joanne Boufis, sorry.
It's okay, you can call me Joe Factor too. Thanks, Lynn.
It's great
So
to have you
here with you.
So tell us, how did you come up with the idea of starting a children's publishing company focused on empowerment?
Funny you asked that question. It's a bit morbid, but my spouse died in 2018. And the situation was super traumatic and super awful. And after his death, you know, his son was only 8 years old at the time, and I was in their life from 4 to 8. And I had so many memories for my stepson that only I had, and I didn't want him to forget his father. So the first book actually started by being a gift to him from his father to keep the memories alive. Only memories that, you know, they would have shared, that only the two of them knew, that I was able to capture. So that's how it started. And throughout the year, trying to balance real estate and a passion project, because it's really what it was. I took my grief and threw it into this passion project and distracted myself for the first year. But as the project grew, I saw a need in the market for authors and artists. You know, artists are a special kind of angel. So little by little, we're in year 2 now. What started with just one book that was a gift to my stepson to keep the memories alive for him and his father turned into a children's empowering content company.
So what motivated you to go a step further? Because I know personally, as an author myself, it takes a lot of time and effort, as you know, just to even do one book. What made you go forward and decide you wanted to publish other people's books?
You know, I was guided. To help other people. The publishing industry is kind of a scary business. You know, it took me a while, and that's kind of why I spent another 6 months in real estate before making the jump full time. And that was, you know, because it's almost like they don't want authors to make money, you know. I don't know. It's just, there was something with the publishing company that didn't make me feel warm and fuzzy inside, and I didn't know what it was. And as I did all the market research, right, and I was fortunate enough to have support and meet the right people to help me through the process to understand it for my one book, I saw a whole need of other people who needed the same guidance. And so that's how that grew. But with publishing more children's books, you know, it's more about, since I may not ever be able to save the one child that these books were written for, there's hopes to save hundreds of millions of children along the way.
You know, you say it in a way that I think people might stop and think, wait a minute, what does she mean by saving people? Because that's what makes you unique. There are lots of publishing companies, and you also allude to the fact that a number of them aren't really so ethical in taking people's books. What do you do that's different?
You know,
Tell me about the saving saving people? I'd like to hear more about that.
Well, saving, so, my big why, and going back to the why, there's so many, because we're in year 2, right? So, and by that I mean year 2 of grief. The death of my deceased husband happened, basically 2 years
Sure,
ago
I'm
now.
so sorry.
Thanks. But that situation was the catalyst for me to do what I'm doing now. I didn't know that this is really, what I was going to be good at, and that there's need in the market. But going back to, my why and saving a child. So my stepson was on 7 medications at 7 years old.
Oh my. Wow.
Yeah. Let that sink in, right? I say it now and it's still crazy to me. So I don't want to get too off topic, but you can tell I'm pretty passionate about it. So it took my deceased husband a year to get him off of 5 of the 7 medications. And then he was diagnosed and then he died. Now this kid, who's actually doesn't have the sicknesses that he was medicated to have. Well, now the father has died. So who is going to protect him, right?
Right.
Obviously, if my deceased husband was winning residential custody, there's a problem, with the family of where my stepson was living. So, so one of my books is about Munchausen by proxy. And then my book series grew to, pedophilia, Munchausen by proxy, divorce. When parents get divorced and use children as pawns, like that is the most disgusting thing, manipulation on a child. So by my stepson being on 7 medications at 7 years old, that was one of the messages I wanted to get out, because he was a kid, right? I think he was 7 years old at the time now. Yeah, maybe he was 7. So if I am able to write in my own book series to help children identify, like if they're getting drugged, if they're getting used by pawns, it'll empower them to say something and to understand it, because kids are so smart. They know what they're going through. But usually when one of the parents is not the nicest and doesn't have the best intentions, they're usually the ones that are being the manipulators. So, and children don't want to hurt their parents, like, especially boys with their moms, like, no matter what, children do not ever want to upset their parents. So, my books will help them identify when they're going through these things. And it's because of my own personal experiences as a stepmother, did I notice that there is this huge need in the market and these children need help.
Wow. Joanne, you are so amazing. I applaud you. I am so grateful to really hear the full story, because I hadn't heard everything before. And I think what you're talking about makes so much sense. And kids don't think of speaking up to a parent.
Yeah.
The parent is everything. So your books are really to empower the children who are underserved, that they have a voice, they can speak up.
Correct.
And ultimately save their lives. So tell us, where can people find you on the internet? Where do they learn more?
Yeah, so Joe Factor Comics, that is where we're running our 10K book campaign right now. And by that, we really want to connect with children organizations. So by running a 10K book campaign, we're donating 10,000 books to hospitals, charities, whatever organization for children. And there's only so much research we can do on our own. So and I thought of this because a lot of people were contacting me in the beginning when I first launched the pre-sales of my own book series, saying, hey, I want to support you and help children, but I don't have any kids that I need to buy books for. Can I donate them? So that kind of started right away, where we were taking purchases and donating them to local hospitals and stuff. But there's so many children's organizations, and it would take probably a lifetime to figure all them out, or a lot of support that I'd have to hire to find all those, children's organizations. So by going on to joefactorcomics.com, you can purchase a book and donate it to your favorite children's organization, hospital, whatever it is. And that gives us an opportunity to keep track of all of them, and kind of as our merchandise and books are produced, we're going to keep those organizations on our gift list, and we're just going to continue sending them stuff as it becomes available.
That's terrific. So what you're saying is that people can purchase books on your site and have them donated to different organizations for kids in need. And would you spell since I don't have it on the screen yet, spell Joe Factor Comics it's under joefactorcomics.com, correct?
Yeah. JOFACTORCOMICS.com.
Great. So you see, this is really a different concept for everyone listening. Joanne is just publishing empowering children's books, but she's also using it for philanthropy, giving to kids in need, and families too, who need to know content that will help them. I asked Joanne ahead of time to just give her a few minutes to think about what would be one message, a succinct thought that she'd like to leave with all of you. Have you come up with a parting message, Joanne?
Oh my gosh, I thought I had one. Can I look real fast? I thought I had a quote that I had saved.
It could be your own message, because you're obviously driven to make a difference and help children.
Oh, that's true. Inspiration and passion projects. It's been so long since I've launched everything, and I feel like I forgot the word passion project, because now it's just working and moving forward. But listen to your inner soul and follow your passion project. Both ways to just listen to your inner guidance. And if you have an inner creative side, listen to that. It's how your soul speaks to you.
Beautiful. Listen to your guidance. Tell your soul to speak to you. Beautiful message. Thank you, Joanne. So if anyone wants to get their story out that's empowering children, you'll need to speak to Joanne Boufis and learn from her. She can help you make your book come to life. Thank you so much, Joanne. You did a marvelous job being here on camera. I appreciate you so much.
I appreciate you too. Thank you.
Thank you. And to all of you, go forward with courage. Remember, you all make a difference. You have greatness within you. Take care. Bye-bye.